I just ran a 2:57 marathon. Let me tell you how I got there. July 4th, 2025, I ran the Peachtree Road Race in Atlanta. It's a 10K. It is hot, hilly, and humid. And this was the first race that I had actually trained for, like fully, in college. I set a goal of trying to break 40. My previous best was like 45, and I never thought that I would ever break 40. Well, it turns out intentional training works. And I ran a 38:30 and was just shocked. At this point though, I was feeling pretty burnt out from running, so I took an entire month off and got really into strength training. So I've been weightlifting like at the gym, seriously, for about a year. Alright, so then we go into junior year fall, which, if you know, is very stressful. Recruiting for internships takes a lot of time, and we also have full classes. So I knew I had to be running. I really like this whole training thing again. So I decided I was going to train for my first half marathon, which would be on Thanksgiving. So I trained pretty hard for that. But I honestly trained for it like I was racing a 10K. But I was able to run a 1:29, I think, which I was still super shocked by. At this point, it's about December. I had just hit 10,000 followers. And I had no intention of running a marathon anytime soon. So shout out Tyler for Endorphins, who DM'd me and asked if I wanted to run a marathon with Endorphins. And we eventually decided I would do the Copenhagen Marathon, because I'll be studying abroad there. And I raised money for dementia awareness. So I get to Copenhagen and start training for my first marathon with a very ambitious goal of running under sub 3 hours, which I never thought would actually be possible. Running in the Copenhagen winter was one of the hardest things ever. I mean, I got there in January, the snow didn't melt till like April. It's so windy. It was honestly insane. But that was probably, definitely the hardest I've ever trained. And I felt it at the end. But I completely shocked myself, once again, with the 2:57. And then my weekly mileage for like the 2 months after that was like 10, 10, 20. And I stayed around like 30, 35. Now, here I am, week 2 of New York City Marathon prep, and feeling strong, healthy, confident. Let's freaking go. Ever since I started training like seriously, maybe since like junior year of high school, the New York City Marathon has been the one race that I really wanted to do. If you take away anything from this video, remember that you are capable of way more than you could ever imagine. And also, because you're a Tatumite.